Hello, I'm Sridhar. Uh, in this video, I'm going to explain about the. I'm Sridhar. In this video, I'm going to explain about the concept of normality. Okay, on the completion of this period, you would be able to know what is the oxidation and what is the reduction, what is the oxidizing agent, what is the reducing agent, and definition of normality and solve problems on normality. Okay, at the end of the period we would able to know what is the oxidation, what is the reduction, what is the oxidizing agent, what is the reducing agent, definition of normality, and solved problems on normality. Okay, we will know about this. Okay, let us see the recap of our last class. That is, in that last class we discussed about the how to calculate the equivalent weights of acids, bases, salts, elements, and also we have learned about the definition of equivalent weight. What is the equivalent weight? The number of parts by weight of substance that can with that can react with or displaces 1.008 parts by weight of hydrogen or 8 parts by weight of oxygen or 35.5 parts by weight of chlorine is known as equivalent weight. Okay, in last period we have to discuss about the what is the in last periods we have already learned about the uh, concept of solution, solute and solvent, and also we discussed the classification of the solutions based on the physical state and based on the dissolving amount of solute. Okay, based on the physical state we discussed those are three types, that is solid solutions, liquid solutions, gaseous solution. Further, those can be divided into the further nine types. That is dissolving solute. Okay, that is gas in liquid, gas in solid, liquid in gas, liquid in liquid, liquid in solid, and also one more classification solid solutions, that is solid in gas, liquid in liquid in liquid, solid in solid. Okay, that is the different classifications of the solutions based on the physical state, and also we have learnt about the based on the dissolving amount of solution, saturated solution, supersaturated solution, and unsaturated. Saturated solutions means that a sufficient amount of solute is dissolved in the definite amount of the solution, that is a saturated solution. The supersaturated solution means the solvent, the solute is more than that of solvent, then that is the supersaturated solution, and next one is unsaturated solution. That is a solution which has less amount of the solute required for saturation. Then the type of solution is called as unsaturated solution. Okay, these are the discussed in our last class, and also we have learnt about the uh, concept of mole. Okay, the number of moles of solute, sorry, the number of parts of a substance which contains Avogadro number of parts or elements or ions is called as mole. Okay, based on that, we have to learn about the we have discussed the uh, also we have discussed the concentration concept. That is the exact amount of solute dissolved in definite amount of the solution is called as concentration. Okay, that can be expressed in various methods. Among that, we have discussed the molarity concept. Now let us discuss in this topic normality concept. That is here. First of all, before going to learn about the uh, normality concept, first of all we have to learn about the uh, what is the equivalent weight and how to calculate the equivalent weights. Okay, already we have to discuss the last class, that is equivalent weight, and how to calculate the equivalent weights of acids, bases, salts, elements, etc. Okay, now let us see what is the equivalent weight. Okay, the number of parts by weight of a substance that can react with or displaces 1.008 parts by weights of hydrogen, or 8 parts by weight of oxygen, or 35.5 parts by weight of chlorine is known as equivalent weight. Okay. Once again I'm repeating, the number of parts by weight of a substance that can react with or displaces 1.008 parts by weight of hydrogen, or 8 parts by weight of oxygen, or 35.5 parts by weight of chlorine is known as equivalent weight. Okay, now the equivalent weight of the H2s. What is the equivalent weight of the H2SO4? That is, first of all we have to know about the, it is an acid. First of all we have to know about the its gram molecular weight. That is the sum of the gram atomic weights of hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen which are present in the molecule. Okay, that is equals to the 98. Hydrogen is 1, sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16. Okay, with the number of elements when we multiply and sum, then we get here 98. Okay, next in the case of equivalent weight of, in the case of calculation of equivalent weight of H2SO4, that is defined as the ratio of gram molecular weight of acid to its basicity. Basicity is nothing but the number of replaceable or displaceable hydrogen ions from one acid is known as basicity. Here the number of displaceable hydrogen ions are 2, because it's on ionization it produces 2 H plus ions, 2 H plus ions, so its basicity is 2. Okay, then equivalent weight of H2SO4 equal to gram molecular weight of H2SO4 by its basicity, that is 98 is the gram mole per weight divided by 2. 2 is the basicity of the H2SO4, then equal to 49. And next one is we have to learn about the already we learned the different concepts of different uh, elements. We have learned how to calculate the uh, equivalent weights, and also we discussed the salts, bases, etc. Okay, now let us see uh, what is the oxidation and reduction. What is the oxidation? Okay, the process of loss of electrons from an atom or ion or molecule is called as oxidation. The process of loss of electrons from an atom or ion or increasing the oxidation number of an element is known as oxidation. In examinations they may ask as a question, what is the oxidation? The process of loss of electrons from an atom or ion or molecule is called as oxidation. And next one is one more definition, the process of addition of electrons, oxygen to an atom or molecule or ions is called as oxidation, or the process of removal of electrons from an atom or ion to an atom or ion or molecule is called as oxidation. Or one more concept is there, the process of increasing in oxidation number of an element in a molecule or ion is called as oxidation. Next, let us see what is the reduction. What is the reduction? Okay, it is completely opposite to the oxidation process. The process of gaining of electrons or decreasing in oxidation number of an element, or the process of removal of oxygen, or the process of addition of hydrogens is known as reduction. The process of gaining of an electrons to an atom or molecule or ion is called as reduction, or the process of removal of oxygen from an atom or ion or molecule is called as reduction, or the process of addition of hydrogens to an atom or molecule or ion is called as reduction. Okay, main concept one more is there, that is the process of decrease in oxidation state of an element is known as reduction. Okay, these are the various concepts of definitions of oxidation and reduction. Now let us see what is the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Now let us see oxidizing agent, the substances that gains the electrons from other substance acts as oxidizing agent. Means here the gaining capacity of the electrons, the substance which has gaining capacity of the electrons, then that is called as oxidizing agent. Okay, the substances that gains the electrons from the other substance acts as oxidizing agent. And next one is, what is a reducing agent? The substance that gives the electrons to other substance acts as reducing agent. Means here it is having the having the electrons, and it should be giving to the another substance, then it is called as a reducing agent. The substances that gives electrons to other substance acts as reducing agent. Okay, here we have learnt about the oxidizing agent and a reducing agent. Oxidizing agent is nothing but the substance that gains the electrons from the another substance is called as oxidizing agent. Reducing agent means the substance which gives the electrons to other substance acts as reducing agent. Okay. And next one is, what is the oxidation and the reduction? Oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Such reactions are called as redox reactions. Red stands for reduction, ox stands for oxidation. Then it is said to be redox reaction. Let us see one example. Zinc plus copper sulfate gives rise to zinc sulfate plus copper. In this, zinc is going to be zinc plus 2. In this case, zinc sulfate ionization produces zinc plus 2 plus sulfate ions. Here, the oxidation number of zinc in elemental state is 0, but here in zinc sulfate zinc oxidation number is plus 2. When we observe zinc to zinc plus 2, here we observe uh, increases the oxidation number. Means zinc to zinc plus 2, it increases the plus 2 oxidation number. Where we have to take copper sulfate here. Copper sulfate, copper oxidation number is plus 2. Here it is copper oxidation number is plus 2, and it converts into copper. Means here the copper oxidation number is 0. Okay, when we observe here, plus 2, from plus 2 oxidation state to it converts into 0, means it is a decreasing in the oxidation number, then it is called as reduction. Here zinc to zinc sulfate, here it increase the oxidation number, then that is increased oxidation number is from 0 to it converts into plus 2, then it is an oxidation. Okay, let us see uh, in a in a reaction which contains both oxidation and reduction reactions simultaneously, then it is called as redox reaction. Okay? If any reaction containing both oxidation and reduction reaction, then it is called as oxidation and reduction reaction or redox reaction. Now let us see the oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Here you have to see here once again. Zinc is converted when it is loses the two electrons. It converts into zinc plus 2, means it is oxidation reaction. Okay, one concept is taken from the process of loss of electrons, then it is said to be oxidation. And one more concept is the process of increasing the oxidation number of in a reaction is called as oxidation. From zinc it is 0, from here it is converted into the zinc plus 2. Plus 2 means here 2 is the oxidation number, then here is increasing the oxidation number of element, then it is oxidation reaction. From here copper plus 2 to copper, here the copper plus 2 oxidation number is 0, sorry, plus 2, and it when it is gains the electrons 2 and it converts into copper, that is 0. Okay, here the process of gaining of the electrons, then it is reaction is called as reduction, or one more concept, the process of decreasing the oxidation number of an element is called as reduction reaction. Okay, here reduction reaction. Okay, here the conversion of zinc to zinc plus 2 is called as oxidation. Conversion of copper plus 2 to copper is a reduction. Just now we discussed. In this case, copper plus 2 is acts as oxidizing agent. Copper plus 2 is acts as oxidizing agent, means here it is gaining capacity of the electrons from another item, another atom, another substances, whereas zinc is acting as a reducing agent. Okay, just now we discussed the definitions of oxidizing agent and reducing agent. What is that? The substance that gains the electrons from other substance is called as oxidizing agent. Okay, next one is the substance which gives the electrons to other substance is called as reducing agent. Here copper plus 2 is here gaining the capacity of the electrons, then it is acting as oxidizing agent. Here zinc is acting as reducing agent because it is giving the electrons to another substance is called as reducing agent. Okay, in this chapter we have mainly learned about the what is the oxidation, what is the reduction, what is the oxidizing agent, what is the reducing agent, and what is the redox reaction. Once again I'm repeating the definitions of these are all: oxidation, the process of loss of electrons or increasing the oxidation number of an element, or the process of addition of oxygen, or the process of removal of hydrogen from an atom or ion or molecule is called as oxidation. Next one is reduction, the process of gaining of electrons from an atom or ion or molecule, or the process of decreasing the oxidation state of an element in a molecule or ion or atom is called as reduction reaction. And next one is oxidizing agent. The process of gaining of electrons from other substance is known as oxidizing agent. And next one is the process of giving the electrons to another substance is called as reducing agent. Here we observe all the reactions, and also one more is there, redox reaction. Redox, red stands for reduction, ox stands for oxidation. If any chemical reaction is having both oxidation and reduction reactions simultaneously, then it is known as redox reaction. Okay, it is a redox reaction because it contains both oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay, in this equation we have learned all the definitions. The process of loss of electrons from an atom or ion is called as oxidation. The process of increasing the oxidation number, here 0 to plus 2. Okay, here increasing the oxidation number, then it is oxidation. Next one is the process of gaining of electrons. Means copper plus 2 gains the electrons, then it converts as copper. It is a reduction reaction. And next one is the process of uh, decreasing the oxidation number in this reaction is plus 2 to 0, means here it is decreasing the oxidation number. It is also a reduction reaction. Okay, this reaction contains both oxidation and redox reaction, then it is redox reaction. Here the copper plus 2 acts as oxidizing agent because of it is gaining of capacity of the electrons from other substance. Then it is copper plus 2 is acts as oxidizing agent, whereas zinc is acting as reducing agent. And now let us see the definition of normality. Okay, this concept of equivalent ways is more useful in defining the normality and calculating the normality of solutions. Normality is another important concentration term. It is widely used like molarity. Okay, it is one of the formation of one of the expression of the molarity, like molarity. It is one of the expression, that is normality. Now let us see the definition. The number of gram equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution is known as normality. It is denoted by capital N. It is also dependent on temperature, like molarity. Okay, normality is decreases with the increasing of temperature. Okay, the number of equivalents equal to weight of the substance or solute divided by gram equivalent weight of the solute. Here the main concept is the number of definition, that is the number of gram equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution is known as normality, and it is denoted by capital N. It is also dependent on temperature, like molarity. Normality decreases with increasing of temperature. Okay, then it is the number of gram equivalents equal to W by GMW. Okay, the normality is expressed as N is equals to W by GeW into 1 by V in liters, or N equal to capital N equal to W by GeW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Here where W is equals to weight of the solute in grams, GeW is the gram equivalent weight of the solute, and next one is V is the volume of the solution. V is the volume of the solution. Capital N is called as normality. The units for the normality is gram equivalents per liter. Okay, if 1 gram equivalent of solute is present in 1 liter of solution, it is said to be 1N solution. Okay, if 1 gram equivalent of solute present in 1 liter of solution, it is said to be 1N solution. Okay, if 0.1 gram equivalent of solute present in 1 liter of solution, it is said to be 0.1N solution, or decinormal solution, or N by 10 solution. Here it is mainly the units are the normality. Mainly it is expression for the normality is N is equals to W by GeW into 1 by V in liters. In milliliters cases, if volume is in milliliter, then it is W by GeW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Then W is equals to weight of the solute in grams. GeW is gram equivalent weight of the solute. Capital N is the normality. V is the volume of the solution. And also we learnt about the units. That is, units for the normality is gram equivalents per liter. If 1 gram of equivalent of solute present in 1 liter solution, it is said to be 1N solution, or normal solution. If 0.1 gram equivalent of substance present in 1 liter of solution, it is said to be 0.1N, or decinormal solution, or N by 10 solution. Okay, if the 0.01 grams of gram equivalent of solute present in 1 liter of solution, it is said to be 0.01N solution, or centinormal solution, or N by 100 solution. Now let us see the problems on normality. Problem number 1. 9.8 grams of sulfuric acid is present in 500 ml of solution. Then what is its normality? Means here he was taken 500 ml of solution, in that it contains 9.8 grams of sulfuric acid. Then what is the normality? And he was given gram molecular weight of H2SO4 is 98. The given data is the weight of the solute is 9.8 grams. This is the given data. And next one is gram equivalent weight of the H2SO4 is 98 by 2. Here gram molecular weight, not Here gram molecular weight is there, but we need here gram equivalent weight. Here we have to calculating the normality concept. Then we have to compulsory taken as gram equivalent weight of the solute. That is gram equivalent weight of H3SO4 equal to gram molecular weight of H2SO4 divided by its basicity, that is 98 divided by 2 is equals to 49. And next one is V is the volume of the solution. The given volume of the solution is 500 ml. Now let us see the formula. Here it is, the volume is in milliliters. Then we have to take the formula as N is equals to W by GEW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Then equal to, when we substitute these values in that equation, that is N is equals to 9.8 divided by 49 into 1000 by 500 is equals to 0.4 N. Then the normality of H3SO4 solution is, therefore the normality of H3SO4 solution is 0.4 N. 0.4 N. Next, let us see the second problem. 5.3 grams of sodium carbonate is dissolved in water to get a solution of 200 ml. Find its normality. Here the given data is gram molecular weight of Na2CO3 is 106. Means here the 200 ml solution containing with the 5.3 grams of sodium carbonate. Then it's calculate the normality. Okay, in this case given data is the weight of the sodium carbonate is 5.3 grams. The gram equivalent weight of sodium carbonate is the molecular weight of sodium carbonate divided by its total positive charges or negative charges. That is here the sodium carbonate Na2CO3 ionization, it produces Na 2Na plus CO3 minus 2. Means here the valency is 2, that is equals to 106 by 2, that equal to 53. Then V is the volume of the solution, that equal to 200 ml. 200 ml. Then we have to take the formula again. N is equals to W by GEW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Then we substitute 5.3 divided by 53 into 1000 by 200, then equals to 0.5 N. Therefore the normality of sodium carbonate solution is 0.5 N. Next, problem number 3. 400 ml of barium hydroxide solution contains 17.1 grams of solute. Calculate the normality of solution is what? The molecular weight of barium hydroxide is 171. The given data is weight of the barium hydroxide is 17.1 grams. Gram equivalent weight of this sodium carbonate is gram molecular weight of barium hydroxide. Gram molecular weight of barium hydroxide divided by its acidity. Means acidity means number of displaceable hydroxyl ion from the base. Here the barium hydroxide produces two numbers of OH minus ions, that is 171 divided by 2 is equals to 85.5. Here the volume of the solution is 400 ml. Then formula is, it is also the volume is in milliliter. Then we have to take N is equals to W by GW, W by GW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Then when we substitute the values in this equation is 17.1 divided by 85.5 into 1000 by 400. 17.1 divided by 85.5 into 1000 by 400. This equals to 0.5 N. Therefore, the normality of the barium hydroxide solution is 0.5 N. Okay, in this period, we have learnt about the what is the oxidation, what is the reduction, what is the oxidizing agent, what is the reducing agent, and also we have learnt about the what is the reduction, what is the definition of the normality, and also we have learnt about the mathematical expression of normality, and also some simple problems on normality. Now let us see some quiz questions on this. Question number 1, which represents the oxidation from following, that is A is equals to zinc gives rise to zinc plus 2 plus 2 electrons. B, copper plus 2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to copper. C, Cl minus plus 1 electron gives rise to Cl. Cl plus 1 electron gives rise to Cl minus. Oxygen gains 2 electrons gives rise to O minus 2. In this case, the right answer is A. Zinc, when it is lose the electrons, it converts as zinc plus 2. Among these all, only the zinc loses the electrons, then it is oxidation reaction. Next one is, what are the units for the normality? A. Moles per liter. B. Gram equivalents per liter. C. Moles per kg. D. Gram equivalents of per kg. The right answer is gram equivalents per kg. Means already definition is there. The number of gram equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution, means gram equivalents is nothing but the units are also gram equivalents. For volume it is liter. Then gram equivalents per liter is the units for the normality. Next one is question 1. 8.5 grams of barium hydroxide present in 100 ml solution. Normality of solution is A 1N, B 0.1N, C 0.01N, D 0.05N. The right answer is 1 normal solution. Here it is W by normality is equals to W by GW into 1000 by V. Here GW of the barium hydroxide is 171 by 2, that is 56.6. Okay, when we take this value, that is 8.55 divided by 56.6 into 1000 by 100. On simplification we get 1 normality. Okay, question number 4. Normality is expressed as W by GMW, W by GEW, W by GEW into 1000 by V in milliliters. D. W by GMW into 1 by V in liters. The right answer is C, because already we learned the formulas, that is W by GMW into GEW into 1 by V in liters. In the case of volume is in milliliters, then we have to take it as W by GEW into 1000 by V in milliliters. Okay, thank you.